What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's discuss Smackdown from February the 23rd, 2024. A pretty okay show for a taped show. Nothing too out of the ordinary happened. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night, that being Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton defeated Liv Morgan via a roll-up. Towards the end of the match, Tiffany Stratton smacked the shit out of Bianca Belair. So Bianca Belair gets on the ring apron. And this is how Tiffany just rolls up Liv Morgan out of the blue. And Liv accidentally runs into Bianca because Tiffany Stratton kicked her. So that was pretty cool. So I enjoyed that. I'm surprised Bianca Belair wasn't on commentary. I thought that was the reason why she was out there, just to scout, Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, but that wasn't the case. So it's fine. And Bianca looked sexy in that red suit. That was sexy, real sexy. So I think they're still gonna run with the Tiffany Stratton Bianca Belair feud. I'm fine with that. You could either do it at WrestleMania or you can do that at SummerSlam. Me personally, I think you could do the match at WrestleMania 40, night 1, because you do kind of want to have, I would say, at least 4 women's matches at WrestleMania 40, 2 women's matches on night 1, and 2 women's matches on night 2. I think that would be fair. So you could do maybe for night 1, the Kabuki Warriors versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. And then also you could do for night 1 as well, you could do Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. I think that would be fine. So pretty good little match. Moving on. So we go backstage, and Kayla Braxton is with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre tells her one day it feels like his entire life and career has led to this match. Every moment of heartbreak. That title needs him as much as he needs it. Drew says if he loses, it is all for nothing. If he loses, his entire WWE career is useless as CM Punk's WWE return. And I love that. That was some good shit. I love heel Drew. I love heel Drew. That was golden. That was golden. So, Bobby Lashley, he comes into play, and he tells Drew McIntyre he gets it, and he tells Drew what he has said has been comical, and it's almost as comical as what happened at WrestleMania 37 when he made Drew tap out in the Hurt Lock and pass out. And then Bobby Lashley leaves, and then Drew McIntyre has a real angry look on his face. So I love this. This was great. Really, really good shit there. So we get a Ashanti the Adonis and Cedric Alexander vignette. So they're in the home of Ashanti the Adonis. Looks really nice. A really nice crib. He must love living a lavish lifestyle, which is great. We all should love and love to want to have nice things in life. So Cedric Alexander, he comes into play. He's just trying a whole bunch of different shirts and outfits on. Then we cut to hours later, and they still can't agree with what Cedric is going to wear. So they argue back and forth. So I do like this. This is great. I'm glad that Triple H is still pushing them as a tag team. We need more vignettes of them. I wouldn't really put them in a match on SmackDown at least for a good 3 weeks. If we can get at least another 2 weeks of vignettes of them doing stuff together as a team, and then have a tag match on SmackDown, that would be great. So I'm digging this. This was great. This was tremendous. Really, really good shit here. Moving on. So we see clips of The Rock and Roman Reigns in the Bloodline from last week's show. They also air clips of Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa costing Cody Rhodes his match on Raw against Drew McIntyre. So then we cut backstage, and Jimmy, Solo, and Roman are all in the Bloodline locker room. And Jimmy is explaining to Roman Reigns how he attacked Jay on Raw. Roman asks him who sent him to Raw, and Jimmy says it was Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman called the play, and he ran him with it. Roman laughs and tells him that he just told on Heyman. Roman tells Jimmy that he made the play. He made the call. So in comes Paul Heyman and tells Roman Reigns that Grayson Waller is here, and Roman tells him to bring Grayson Waller to him. Great stuff there. I do like it. I'm glad that Roman was on the show, even if it was in a backstage capacity. That's fine. And I do think that people are still thinking that they're not going to do anything until the following week after the Chamber to do something, when that's probably not true. I would imagine that the Elimination Chamber Grayson Waller effect is going to be huge. I think that's going to set up a massive angle, and they're going to have no choice but to really bring Roman and Rock out, even though it's been unadvertised for this week coming up. They still are going to have to really, just go ahead and dig their heels into bringing a massive story on SmackDown when it comes to Rock and Roman. That should be like the end of the show. Like, if they don't advertise it, that's fine. But Rock and Roman definitely have to be at next week's show. Definitely. Because I do think that the angle at the Elimination Chamber is going to be massive. So I do expect Rock and Roman to show up next week for sure. Hands down. They're not even wrestling at the show. So, why wouldn't they show up? That's just common sense. Like, after the Chamber, you really only have, I think, 5.5 weeks to Mania. Actually, no, not even 5 weeks. You got about 4 weeks. Moving on. So we finally get the SmackDown debut of Bron Breakker. He absolutely destroyed Dante Chen, who has been on NXT Level Up for quite some time. I actually thought that he had maybe have gotten quietly released. I think he's done a couple of dark matches as well. But Bron wins via the spear. And Bron looks like he's going to be the next Paul Heyman guy. He got a pretty good little reaction for a taped show. So that was fine. I kind of wish that Bron Breakker would have gotten a vignette or two. We really need to have vignettes. I can't stress it enough. I don't fucking understand why Triple H doesn't give certain people vignettes. You can't do that. You need to have vignettes. You need to. Not everyone watches NXT. Everyone does not watch NXT. So it would behoove Triple H to actually start having vignettes for NXT call-ups. Like, if we could have gotten at least two or three vignettes for at least a few weeks of Braun being, going over what Braun did in NXT and everything else, I think that would be more impactful. But I'm not booking this damn show. Triple H is, so it is what it is. But Bron Breakker is probably going to be the next Paul Heyman guy. That's a given. That's a given. Moving on. So Kayla Braxton is backstage with the Judgment Day. She asked them about their tag team championship match at the Elimination Chamber against British Strong Style, a.k.a. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Finn Balor says the word competition makes it seem like they have a chance when they don't. Damian Priest tells her after Dominic and JD handle business tonight, the only thing they have to do is pick up the bones at the Elimination Chamber. So that's pretty cool. Moving on. So Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, they're backstage. They're talking in Spanish. And then Elektra Lopez, sexy ass, comes in. Elektra Lopez tells them that the LWO is dead. And she tells them that following Rey Mysterio has caused them to be losers. And it's their fault. And then out of nowhere, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, they attacked him from behind. and beat them down. And then in comes Santos Escobar. And then Santos Escobar tells them that they turned their backs on him when he needed them the most. And this is the price they're going to pay. And it's just the beginning. And then WWE officials come in and break it up. So I love this. This was great. This was tremendous. I really did like this a lot. I could see them doing maybe a 6-man tag at WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro versus Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo. So I think that would be great. That's probably what they're going to go for anyway. Or you could do Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio. I think that would be great. You could do that at WrestleMania 40 as well. But like I've been saying for a while, WrestleMania should have, on both nights, you should have no more than 6 matches. I think that would be fair. And if you have 6 matches on night 1 and 6 matches on night 2, that's fine. That's a total of 12 matches, and to me, that's a fair enough card. That's a fair enough card. Because like I said, you could do this on night 1. You know, you could do Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar night 1. Moving on. Next, Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate gets to win. It's not that important. So they double team JD. They hit him with a powerbomb for the 1-2-3. Post match, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. They come in and try to beat down Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, but Pete Dunne fights them off. And then Damian Priest and Finn Balor, they slide into the ring. But Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, they slide outside and they attack JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio for whatever reason. I have no idea why. But it is what it is. Who gives a shit? Moving on. So, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Grayson Waller, they're backstage complimenting each other. And I've been saying this for a while, that Logan Paul should have an entourage, and that should consist of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So in comes Kevin Owens. He tells Logan Paul that he hopes somehow he brings his brass knuckles into the Elimination Chamber so Kevin Owens can use them on him. And then Kevin Owens walks away. And then Logan Paul asked Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, why didn't they jump them? And that's the same thing I had. I'm like, why the fuck didn't they jump him? It was 3 against 1. I don't get it. It makes 0 sense to me. It is what it is. Triple H booking. Moving on. Oh, no. Paul Heyman comes in, and he asks if that was Kevin Owens. And he tells all of them that he never liked Kevin Owens. And then Paul Heyman tells Grayson Waller that Roman Reigns wants to talk to him right now. Okay, that's fine. Moving on. So Dakota Kai is backstage. She's in pain with Nick Aldis and a WWE official. So that's fine. They're setting up Dakota Kai to turn on Bayley. They're going to do the fake, oh, I'm hurt thing. So that makes sense. And Bayley's going to have dumb babyface syndrome. And she's going to give in to Dakota Kai. But Dakota Kai is going to turn on Bayley. So, I mean, it's common sense. It's booking 101. So, I mean, it's understandable. Next, the Street Profits versus the Authors of Pain. So, this was a really good match. I enjoyed this. So, towards the end of the match, things broke down because Scarlett tried to get involved, and then that allowed for B-Fab to take her off the ring apron. Those two had a little brawl, and then Karrion Kross tries to get involved, and then Bobby Lashley takes out Karrion Kross for only a second, and then Karrion Kross overpowers Bobby Lashley, and he throws Bobby Lashley's arm into the ring post, I think 3 times. And then he hits him with a steel chair. And then this allowed for Razor and Akam to hit the powerbomb neck breaker that they've done. And this was great. I love this. This was really good shit. So I enjoyed this. This was great. This was definitely NXT Black and Gold vibes. And I believe they faced before in NXT. I think they have. So this was fine. So pretty cool stuff. I guess they're still probably going to do 6-man tag action at Mania. So Bobby Lashley, Street Profits versus the Final Testament. I think that's fine. I mean, why would you do a singles match, Bobby Lashley and Cross? We've already seen that before. Moving on. So we cut backstage. And Dakota's right leg is in pain. So Bayley comes in, who asks Nick Aldis and the doctor if they can have a minute. Bayley asks Dakota Kai what happened, and Dakota Kai tells Bayley that Damage Control attacked her. So Bayley blames herself, and she tells Dakota that they're not going to get away with this. Dakota tells Bayley that she has her back, and if this means that she has to earn her trust back, she will. And then Dakota tells Becky that they're going to make Damage Control pay. So this is a bait and switch type of thing. You know, like I said before, it's fine. It's all a ruse. We know that Dakota Kai doesn't mean it at all, so that's fine. Who cares? Moving on. So the Bloodline, they're in their office, and in comes Paul Heyman with Grayson Waller. Roman tells Jimmy to move and get on the and sit on the other side for a second of the couch. And he tells Grayson Waller to sit. Roman says he wants to tell Grayson Waller something, but it's for his ears only. And then he looks at Grayson Waller. So that's fine there. Moving on. So Bobby Lashley's backstage in the doctor's office with his right elbow taped up. So in comes Drew McIntyre. He has a smirk on his face, and he tells Bobby Lashley that he's going to pray for him. I literally busted out laughing when Drew said that. I laughed my ass off when Drew said that. When Drew McIntyre said that, I was like, oh, shit. That was great. That was really good stuff. Really good. Main event, Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight. So towards the end of the match, Logan Paul gets involved, and Kevin Owens does as well. So LA Knight decks Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre, he shoves LA Knight into Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens attacks Drew from behind. So the referee calls for the bell, so Drew wins via DQ, which is fine. And then all 4 guys get into the ring. So LA Knight hits Drew with the BTF. The BFT. Bobby Lashley hits a spear on LA Knight. Logan Paul kicks Lashley's elbow. And Kevin Owens hits a stunner on Logan Paul. Then Bobby Lashley hits Kevin Owens with a spear. Drew McIntyre gets into the ring. He hits a Claymore on Bobby Lashley. Drew's music hits for a second, and then Orton slides in from behind and RKO's Drew. He taunts and celebrates, and Smackdown goes off the air. So that was great. So I do like that. This makes sense, you know. Some people have been saying that Randy Orton may win the Chamber. I don't think he will. I really don't. Although what he does at WrestleMania is up in the air, and that's not good because Randy Orton is still a top guy. Again, I don't know what you do with Randy Orton. I mean, do you really want to screw over Drew McIntyre? I mean, Drew McIntyre is on a dominant heel run. He's playing things perfectly right and well. And why would you ruin that Personally, I think that Drew McIntyre has probably re-signed with the WWE. I personally do think that he's probably already re-signed. I don't think that he's going to end up leaving WWE. It wouldn't make any sense. Like, it just wouldn't. They've treated Drew like a big deal so far. But I do think that Drew McIntyre is going to win the Chamber for sure. But SmackDown was okay for a tape show. I enjoyed it. It was a real serviceable 2 hours. Went by quick. So what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.